of West Georgia. You're our 8th orientation. No, wait, that's not today. You have orientation 3. It is fully orientation season, and I know all of you have been working very hard, and we're very appreciative. It's gone well so far, and that's due to a lot of hard work on the part of Helen and her staff, but also on your part as well, doing all the hard work. TJ is cueing the backup singers that are about to come out, and we're going to get our show started. Now, do you want to say welcome, though? Dr. Lingerl is at a conference on community volunteers and working with volunteers, and with Melanie McClellan, and I think they're coming back on Fridays with Melanie back. So I got tagged. I'm tagged. I'm in. So one of the things we always like to do, obviously, is acknowledge our new and noteworthy that's up there, and some beautiful babies, especially Caleb Andrew McManus there. What a cutie. So we want to celebrate with Jennifer and her family, but also want to take a time to celebrate those that have just started with us. So if you are a new employee in the division in the past month, would you please stand? All right. Let's meet these folks. If you would tell us your name and where you're working and what your job title is and where you were before you came to this position, it'd be great.
My name is Jeremiah Marsh. I am the new admissions representative with the admissions department. I recently was an intern at the Coliseum and previously worked at the University of Restoration.
Hi, I'm John Sanford. I recognize a lot of you, especially with Howling. I'm in the Enrollment Services Call Center over in Sturgey Hall, and I previously was a resident assistant and conference assistant for housing.
Hey. All right.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Evan James. I'm the new coordinator of orientation and first year experience. I've been here, I guess 2 days from now will be my 1 month anniversary, so just in the nick of time for this meeting. But I am here by way of Clemson University. I was a graduate assistant in the New Student Family Programs department over there, working with their orientation program as well. So very happy to be here. I've been feeling the love.
Let's just start rotating, right? All right, so I don't want to neglect all the other great things that are up there. I mean, we mentioned Mr. McManus there, and it's back to him. And that's awesome, because he is cute and he is worthy of more attention, but you see the rest of these kudos that are scrolling through there. So, let's look at those, read those, while I do this. We are very delighted today that our program is Patricia Durrough, and she is going to be talking to us about Develop West, and she is in the Center for Business Excellence, which is in the Division of Business and Finance, and they offer a variety of end-user training to provide assistance to faculty and staff regarding computer applications, as well as training on institutional policies and procedures. The Center for Business Excellence Training Department also oversees all of the required mandatory employee training that is conducted upon initial hire and annually thereafter. Now, what you don't know is that Trish started when she was 13. She has been here for over 23 years. So just judging on your age, I'm assuming you started about 13. But she is a graduate of the university and does an excellent job. I know all of you have had experience with that office, and I'm sure you had the same experience I had. They do a great job. And so join me in welcoming Trish.
Thank you very much. Let me get my PowerPoint going over here. All right, thank you. That sounded like a great commercial. We might use that on our website or something. Yes, I am here today to talk with you about Develop West and what it can offer you as an employee and you as a supervisor. supervisor for the employees that report to you. So we're going to go through a quick, just a few slides, just sort of explaining what the product does, and then I'm going to step down and do a demo for you so you get a tour and a look and feel for how the software works, especially as a supervisor, so that you can have a real good feel for how to assign content, things of that nature. So what is Develop West? It is a new professional development initiative that was funded by Dr. Marrero back at the end of the 2014 Engage West survey. One of the things that came out of that survey was a need for more professional development. So myself and Dan and Christy, the three of us make up the Center for Business Excellence, started investigating what was out there, and come to find out, Skillsoft, which is what the name of this company provides this product, was already being used by over half of the other USG institutions. So we did some research, talked to some of them, found out it actually was on contract with the Board of Regents. So we were able to tap into that, present that to Dr. Marrero and the members of PAC. They agreed that it was something that we should fund for all employees at West Georgia. So that is kind of how it started. It is an online product. It can be accessed from any computer and many mobile devices. So while the mobile device piece is not great at this point in time, you can access it mobilely. We went to a conference last month, and one of the things that they presented was some new apps and things of that nature. So they are constantly improving some of the mobile pieces of this of the environment. But it can be accessed mobilely. We do have some instructions on how to do that because it does look a little bit different, act a little bit different than what your desktop version will. It's available anytime, 24/7. So if you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you can't go back to sleep, there is a book waiting for you to read, and you can access it. So that is one of the nice things about it, is because we all have different, I don't know if anybody has slow times anymore. I will say 23 years ago when I started here, we did have slow times, but we don't have slow times anymore. So, but we all have different opportunities in our departments. We may have the ability, the third Wednesday of every month might not be the best time for you to take a training session. So you have to work it into your day, and that's what makes this very nice. It's self-paced. We all work and learn at different paces, so you can start a course, go through 10 minutes of it, and stop and say, no, I need to come back later, and that's perfectly fine. You can bookmark it. It will remember where you were. Of course, it won't indicate that you completed the course until you work all the way through, but you can go at your own pace. And especially with the ebooks piece, you can just read whatever portion applies to you. So you don't have to go through it. It will kind of highlight, based on your search criteria, what parts of the book address the topic that you're looking for. So you could maybe just read a chapter or two. You don't have to read the entire book to find the information you're looking for. And then lastly, this is supplementing our instructor-led training. That is not going to go away. We are still going to provide instructor-led training for PeopleSoft, ADP. As we get a new payroll system, we'll add that in. So this will not take the place of that. We'll still offer that. We do intend to upload some tools. I know if you travel and you haven't traveled in the past 6 months, you probably forgot how to enter an expense report. We hope to add some tools into the electronic format so that you could quickly go get a little tutorial on how to enter an expense report without having to come back through any type of instructor-led training. The course availability, there's approximately 3,000 courses and 24,000 ebooks in this system, and it is updated regularly. We get regular emails from Skillsoft as to new courses that are being added and new ebooks. So it is up-to-date content, and it is, like I said, refreshed regularly. There's a wide variety of subject matter, everything from business skills development, technical topics, software applications, soft skills, leadership, communication, customer service, things of that nature. We also purchased what is known as the 50-course compliance pack, which will address some of our compliance issues. For example, FERPA. There's a whole course in there on FERPA that I know is extremely important for important for the entire campus, but really important for student affairs because you deal so much with student contact. That is a compliance course that's sitting out there in Develop West, and there's 50 of those, all different types of topics. Courses can be used as reference tools for on-the-job questions, and then also as professional development opportunities. As a supervisor, you can add these training courses into a performance management plan. And if you've got someone that you want to strengthen their communication skills or their customer service skills, you can go into the system, identify the training topics, the courses that you'd like for them to participate in, assign assign it to them, and then add that to their performance evaluation as a goal for the next year. Okay, how to access. There's the URL. It's wesco.edu/developwest. We tried to keep it very short and simple and easy to remember. We also, working with ITS, was able to configure this so that you can log in with your UWG credentials. So your normal login and password that you use to log into your network or to your email will work with the site. We have had a few people here and there to not be in the system. By all means, just contact my office. We can put you in less than 5 seconds. We have to, at this point in time, manually load new employees because we do not have the feed connected with ADP at this point in time. But we have a process worked out with HR to be notified when those employees are hired, and we will get them in. But if you have somebody who you don't see, your supervisor, or you have individuals that are not showing up in your group, let us know. They either may be misgrouped or they may not be in the system at all. We can put them in here. If you are going to let me first talk about the browser. We were told Internet Explorer 10 or higher works best. For some reason, it may just be my computer, I can only use Chrome with Developwest. So I would say if one browser doesn't work, try another one, and then try another one. You know, go through all three if you don't have any luck with i10. The problem that we have is with our ADP system, it runs a lower version or older version of Java than what Developwest needs. So they're competing continuously. And so that's why we have said that i10 works better, because it will run both versions of Java. But if you have trouble with that, contact me or contact our ITS help desk. They are familiar with the requirements that are needed, and they can help you go. If you are going to bookmark the site, only bookmark the landing page. Do not bookmark within the application, and the reason of that is the way it was constructed to allow for single sign-on. So if you are sitting in a course and you say, oh, let me bookmark this site so I come back to it, don't bookmark the landing page if you want to make a shortcut for the Developwest link. And then lastly, turn off your pop-up blockers, because this site, when it runs these courses, it must open another window. You need to turn off your pop-up blockers to allow that to happen. All right, I'm going to now give a quick demo. Any questions before we look at the site? All right. Okay, I'm already logged in. What you see here is the home page, as we call it. Underneath the Developwest logo, you'll see some brief instructions about what the search and learn functionality is, the catalog, my plan, and my progress. But they're very simple for me to just sort of explain to you in brief detail. My plan, which is the first link at the top, will include and house your assigned content, which this is content that either your supervisor has assigned to you, or maybe the Center for Business Excellence has assigned to you in the case of your mandatory training. And I'll go ahead and speak to that. We do plan to load all of our refresher courses this fall for our mandatory training requirements into Developwest. We will assign them to all employees. You will be given a due date, and you'll find them under your My Plan link in the assigned folder. So if you see anything in assigned, that means somebody has given you something to do. Hopefully you received an email or it was communicated to you. But that's what your assigned folder is. You can see I had to take the PCI compliance training just recently. It was due June 1st. Some of you others in here may have had to do that. It was assigned to me. I have a little green dot there filled in, meaning that I completed it. The personal folder is content that you load personally into your own folder because you want to view it later or some point in time. You can throw things in there. You can just do a quick search and say, I really want to look at something on leadership. You can go out there and you can find a couple of courses and books that you may want to refer back to, but you don't have time to deal with them right then, and you don't want to have to go back through a search process. Just go ahead and assign them to your personal plan, and then you can come back to them at any point in time and take the course, take part of the course. Your personal folder is you. Whatever you want to put in there, you can certainly do so, and it's not required content because no one assigned it to you. The My Progress link will show the courses that are in progress and completed. So you can see the first tab is the in progress tab, and I have a couple of courses that I've started. So whatever you start will be reflected here. If you launch it, it is going to be reflected in your progress folder or your progress tab. On the completed tab will be the courses that you have fully completed. So you can see out there on my cash handling and my PCI compliance, I have my scores. And also at the very end, I'd like to point this out, the little ribbon icon will actually prepare you and print you a completion certificate. So if you want, it's not pretty, it's not something you want to hang on your wall, but it is documentation proving, or if you need to attach that to your performance evaluation, or you want to give that to your supervisor, you do have the ability to print a certificate. All right, let's look at the catalog. This is where you find all of the content. And it's consolidated into different folders. Just from the beginning here, you'll see there's just a few folders that you can choose from. One is the course curricula, and if we drill down on that, you'll see that that is where the majority of the content is listed. And I can continue to drill down on each folder and actually find the course. You can ignore this test group. What we've done with that is we're testing some things, and so you won't see that. The second folder that I want to point out is UWG specific content. This is where we can create our very own content that applies just to West Georgia and load it into Develop West. So if you are, as a division or as a department, if you have content or things that you would like everybody in your department to review, if you will create it, as far as writing the script, we will help you put it into a video and actually load it into the site so that you can assign it to new employees or as refreshers to your own groups of employees. So that can be done, like I said, at a department level or at a division level. What we've loaded in here so far is like, for example, human resources. We've created a couple of videos on how to register for ADP as a new employee. So if you've got new employees that are coming on board and you don't want to sit there with them and walk them through the process, just let them view the video. And that will demonstrate how to register in ADP. We also have a student timestamp video. If any of you have student employees that work multiple jobs, that can be a challenge in approving and transferring time. We've created a video to help with that. In the controllers folder is our cash handling training. That is specific to West Georgia. So we have created that and loaded that out there. I'm working on one currently for human resources on FMLA. So that will be loaded into there eventually as well. So we could create your own student affairs enrollment management folder and put your own content in there if you have something that you'd like to load. All right, to find a course, and I'm just gonna pick the purple one since I know that's something that you might be interested in. You can see under legal compliance and under HR compliance, there are a number of courses. Here is the FERPA for higher education. When I hover over it, I will see the launch link and I will see the show details link. The show details will open up an additional page, scroll down here, that will give you details about this particular course. It may also have a link to what's known as job aids or skill briefs. Job aids and skill briefs are documents that Skillsoft has created as reference tools. So a job aid might, be a checklist or something of that nature, or high points of the training that you might want to print out and refer back to. The overview or description will be found here. To launch the content, you simply click the blue button to launch it. If you want to add it to your plan, the little piece of paper with the green plus sign will add that to your plan. So this is you personally wanting to establish this and put that in this course into your personal folder. No one's assigning it to you, but you want to come back to it in your personal folder. So that's how you drill down and actually find courses. This last link here, the little clipboard, that's the job aid and skill briefs. So if you wanted to go here and say, I don't want to watch the whole video, I just want to look at the reference documents, you can certainly do that. You don't have to go through the whole video to obtain that reference information. All right, let me also point out searching. Here's your search and learn field up at the very top. You can put in any number of topics, and I'm just going to pick one here, leadership, and click search. And what that does is it brings back all of the courses, all of the books, all of the skill briefs, all of the simulations, everything that touches this topic. And you can see there's 5,264 pieces of content that touches leadership. Now, granted, you're not gonna want to go through that much content. So that's why you may want to make your search requirements a little bit more restrictive so that you can, hone in on the information that you're looking for. You can also use these are like little fields here, but they're little yellow bars. That tells you the relevance factor. So this particular course is 100% relevant to leadership. If you only want to look at the books, there you can see that there's a book link, and that will only show you the books that are a result of your leadership search. You can also go out here, I hope you can see that on the top right-hand corner, where it says Books 24/7. That will take you out just solely to the book site. So if you only want to go out and do some searching for books, you can also punch out or click out to the Books 24/7 site and actually find the books there. And those books you can download to your like your iPad or your Kindle if you want to take them and read them while you don't have internet access or things like that. You can download them and have them available. All right, any questions on the catalog or anything associated with the site? I'm now going to go into what it means to be a supervisor. Yes, sir.
Just one question. Does the program give the ability for the administrative end for there to be like mass training? Say, for example, we have 24 employees, we want to do HIPAA training, we all collectively watch it, everybody goes through the actual testing feature of it, and then can there be an administrative piece as far as inputting certifications for all the 24 that are in the class?
As an administrator, you don't have the ability to go in and then indicate that each person did it if they watch it individually. So it is tied to your logging in and you watching it. Now, there's nothing to prevent you from opening up the course and running it for everyone to view, but you would not be able to track the participation individually through the system. You just have to have a sign-in or something of that nature. Yes?
So mine is actually not a question, but for anybody that does icebreakers or huddle activities or anything, this is a great reference for that as well. So it's not just all compliance and things like that. It actually has a great reference for those sort of activities.
There's a ton of content out there. I mean, just don't think about it as just all of the, like you say, the things that you would think of in the way of professional development. There is a lot of content. So, give it a try if you're looking for something. Okay, let's go into the admin side. If you are an administrator or a supervisor, you should have a link right under the logout link that says admin. If you do not have that link, that means we do not have you established as an administrator, and we can do that just by you letting us know. When we first loaded users into the site, we only established one admin per group, basically the director, department head. But we understand that there are other managers within departments that have individuals that report to them. So we can go in and either assign multiple supervisors into the full group, or we can also break down and, take, like say for the registrar, we take the registrar's office and break it down into the specific units and make a manager for their own individual unit. So we can kind of, work with the groups. We have the ability to really do whatever we want to in that regard. So, if we can help you consolidate, or you can, another opportunity that you have is you can have multiple managers and then just set up individual reports. Like, let's say I have 20 people in my department, but I only manage 5 of those people. I can just set up a saved report that will run the activity just for those 5 people. So I don't have to look at the other 15. I'm only concerned with the 5 that report to me. So there's a lot of options out there to accommodate your needs. Okay, from the admin site, to assign content to a user, you go under the Users and Groups tab and User Management. Now, I will see every department because I'm an admin for the entire institution. But what you will see as an admin is only your group, only your department. So I'm going to drill down here to Business and Finance and go into the Center for Business Excellence, and I'm going to assign Christy some content. She knows she gets content, all kinds of crazy things. Okay, so once I highlight Christy, this is the individual that I'm working with, it pulls up her profile over to the right. I simply go to my plan assignment, because remember, that's what you're doing. You're assigning content into their plan. You click on my plan assignment, and then click on edit individual assignments, and your entire catalog populates. So if I know the course that I want to assign to her, let's say I want to do that FERPA course, I'll just drill down. Okay, there's the FERPA course. I highlight it, I click the assign button. It pops up a window. It's asking me when's the due date. Do I want to set up reminders in case she doesn't complete it in a timely fashion and I want to remind her? I can set up overdue notices, or I can allow her to set up her own overdue notices. I can input a goal. If I want to say this is related to your required training for the year or whatever, I can put a goal in there. Assign a fixed due date. So we'll do that at the end of the month. Here is the reminder section, the overdue notices section, and then the required checkbox. If you indicate that this is required, it will be so noted in my plan with an asterisk. Like, this is very important, you need to do this. So if you want to make it a required course, you simply click the checkbox and then say okay. And it is now assigned to her. When I save the page, it also is giving me the email that's going to go out to her to tell her that I have just assigned her some content. And it also allows you to add a personal message. So here, once again, if you wanted to reiterate this is part of your performance plan, this is required departmental training, whatever, you can add, you can leave it blank as well, but you can add any type of personal message that you want to in that email to go to the user. And then you can either send or don't send. I'm not going to send it. And now she has that content in her plan. So that's how you assign content. And you could assign, if you wanted your entire department to take the FERPA training, you would not have to go in and individually assign it to each user. You could assign it to the whole group. So you would just select the group and edit individual assignments and assign it one time to everybody. Okay? The last thing I want to show you as it relates to an admin is the reports. There are a number of reports that are available to you. They are under the template section. And you, once again, just like you do with content, you can drill down to the individual reports. The most popular one is this learning activity, asset activity by user. This basically runs every user that reports to you and what training they have completed. That is the most popular one. But you can edit these reports. Here's the edit link. Like if you want to run it for a month each time, or a week each time, or 6 months, you can edit the report. You can save it. If you get the report created just like you want it, with the parameters that you want in it, because you change something here and there off of the template, you can save that report as a personal report, and then it will show up here in your personal tab. Those are reports that you have identified and established just for your use. And then, of course, to run it, you simply click the preview link, which is right here. I have some reports scheduled. I have a report every month that I have set up to run the first day of the month to give me activity across campus. How many users logged in, how many folks completed a particular course. So you can schedule reports. And what's really cool about it is it runs the report, and every month, it doesn't send me the report. I have to actually log in and get it, but I get an email telling me that my report's ready. So you can schedule those to run automatically if you want to see some dashboard data. All right, any questions on that at all? Okay, let me go back out. PowerPoint, just a few more slides. As far as support, of course, my office, myself and Christy, we're a group of two, but we are more than happy to help you work through any of these situations. If you need reports, help with creating reports, assigning content, creating your own content, whatever the case may be, don't hesitate to contact us. But there is a live help support feature through Skillsoft. You will see it over on the left, the support link, and we have used, Christy and I have used this a number of times, and it's been very, very helpful. You can chat with someone live 24/7. There's also online help, so you can, if you're in the actual application, up in the top right-hand corner is a help link, and it's basically like a user guide. So you can click on the help link, search, drill down to certain components, and it'll walk you through some step-by-step instructions. So both of those help features are very, very important. If you need additional information, we have created a Develop West website off of the Center for Business Excellence webpage. So if you go to wesco.edu/training, you'll see a link there that says Develop West. That's the actual URL. But on that page are user guides. Everything I walked you through today there's a step-by-step tutorial how to do it. How to run reports, how to assign content, how to find a course. The mobile device is there. We also have some tips. Things that we've learned through using the system, we're putting out there as a helpful tip. We also put out new content. Every time we get emails about new ebooks and things of that nature, I'll go out there and upload a PDF basically that will give you the new book titles. So it's just some interesting information. So visit it if you have any questions in that regard. That's our contact information. We're in Rowell Hall, over in the police building. Everybody thinks it's all police over there, but no, we're up on the 3rd floor. So stop by, visit myself or Christy, or give us a call if you have any questions. And that concludes it. Joanna. I'm sorry? I mean, we have the ability to download them, but if you're going to reference those, like if you're doing a presentation or anything, I would definitely cite it. But we do have the ability just to download it and read it for own personal use. But, you know, if you're going to use it, you would need to follow copyright. If you're going to use it beyond just reading it, you would need to copyright it, cite it, do whatever. Anything else? Not very often. Have you found that it has been down?
Well, when I tried to do one, it was
I will find out. They have not told us about regularly scheduled time, but I will definitely find out. And we'll communicate that back to the campus. That's a very good question. I did not know that you had encountered that, so we'll find out. Anything else? All right, well, thank you for letting me join you. Y'all have a great summer.
Thank you, Tricia. That's awesome. How many of you have used Develop West at this point so far? Yeah, great. That's awesome. I'm trying to learn President on it. Is that good? Bad? Okay, all right. I'm just trying to learn President. It looks cool, but I'm trying to do that. I encourage all of you to go out. If you haven't looked at it, go out and take a look at it. It really is helpful. There are a lot of great different topics on there. Lots of them are videos, and they're just a couple-minute videos that you can look at in some brief time. So it really is very helpful. Any announcements that we need to tell everybody? Any announcements that need to be made? We do have another orientation session tomorrow, right? That is awesome. Let's get fired up. Come on, this is our future. This is our future. We need students. Any other announcements? Let's give Patricia Durrough one more round of applause.